I'm actually Indonesian. I was born here, raised here up to high school. I went to Australia to study my Bachelor's of Medical Studies and Doctor of Medicine. I'm currently a fellow for the Australian Royal College of Surgery, and also Ph.D. candidate for the Harvard University.
Another young woman that are super amazing we have in Indonesia. That's super impressive that you're so young and also already pursuing a specialization. That's super amazing. How was your experience as a doctor? Also, after trying our virtual gym.
So I think it's a very interesting thing to be a doctor. You don't really have much time for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Let alone time for exercising.
Exercise, exactly.
So I gained about 20 kilos from 54.
My
that was
gosh.
That was a lot, over 3 years. So we're looking at 8 kilos a year.
Ooh.
Interestingly enough, COVID happened, and this was when Delta kind of picked up. And that's when I realized I needed to get healthy. Till now, I'm not a fan of running, not a fan of a lot of cardio, but that was the only way that
I'm not either. I don't run unless somebody chases me.
So when I've heard about Lebanon for a while. So my mom and I come here for hair treatment, got offered the virtual gym. I was actually intrigued because it's 144 exercises in one sitting.
That's right.
I couldn't even do one in one sitting. Right? So it was very interesting to me in the field, and I was just impressed. I asked them, does it hurt or whatever? It didn't.
No.
I was so surprised. All I needed to do was lie there and just focus on lying there. Really.
Yeah, that's what I do.
It was a very interesting experience, and I was impressed. I was impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would recommend it. Really. Yeah.
So may I know what is the reason you decide to try this device?
So number one is I don't like cardio, and realistically,
I
No
know
time
that.
for exercise.
No time for
as a doctor,
exercise.
you don't really have time, right? Like
Yeah.
to do 144 workouts means 144 hours. Right? Realistically, for me, I don't have that time. So when I heard about this, I was like, okay, I could take out a whole week's worth of running. Let's talk about 60 minutes times 7.
Yeah.
That's 420 hours a day.
Yeah, we can relate to that.
Exactly. And do one sitting, or let's say 2 to 3 treatments, the same amount of time, less amount of time, but a better result.
Yeah.
But that's what appealed to me, really.
Yeah, in Hong Kong, there's the Neoderm. That's how they kind of advertise it. There's one half an hour treatment is 15, like running 15 miles.
15 miles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on, I mean, you don't run 15.
Time.
I wouldn't even run 1 mile.
Yeah.
I wouldn't run, period.
You can get easier choice.
Yeah. And like with the traffic, right? Who realistically wants to go to a gym?
Yeah, we can relate to the traffic.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Jakarta.
that's
It's a bit
right.
crazy.
It's 2 hours to go, 2 hours to come back.
Exactly. Oh, number one was I slept better. I've never had a problem with sleeping. That's number one. I've never had insomnia, never had nocturia, which is late night urination. I never woke up in the middle of the night. But this time I slept like a baby. I was so impressed. This was 16 minutes of exercise, 144 workouts.
Yep.
But I slept so well as if I ran that 15 miles.
Yeah, it reduces your cortisol.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Right. And then number two was I did realize that I think for me, what I thought was because I was not exhausted, I was tired, quote unquote, from a workout or the virtual gym itself, that I wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry for the whole day, which was very interesting because usually there are certain times in the day, like for example, lunchtime, and then there's like supper time. That's when I usually get hungry. But at that time, I wasn't really hungry.
Yeah, it suppresses your hunger.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was definitely more energized. That was one as well.
More energized,
Because usually when I work out and there's like a specific...
You're tired.
tired.
Yeah, we're tired.
Yeah,
Dying
that gives you
out
more
there.
energy. Yeah,
It's kind of
gives more
like the
energy.
idea of when there's a particular time in your exercise, when you don't do it over, you're perfectly energized and you're perfectly ready for the day. So I would do it in the morning, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a lot of corporation CEOs that they have the machine, they do it just because it gives them more energy. Because they cannot do the entire day and go through all the meetings without the virtual gym. They really have it in their office and they do it. They go early in the morning to do it just to get the energy. They're not particularly for slimming or anything that, visceral fat, of course, it works.
That's super amazing. After listening to you, I want to try it too.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Yeah,
That's really interesting.
really, it gives you're gonna, like, in my age, come on, I can, all day, I can stay up all night, and, all night I sit and I write books, all day I'm working. So I have the energy of a 20-year-old.
Yeah. After listening to you, Dr. Olivia, is it really possible to achieve such an effect, Dr. Sanya?
Yes.
It's totally possible. I'm just confirming. I know that. I know. That's super amazing because it's highly advanced also. It helps women and like the cortisol level. I mean, like, it's not easy to, to reduce cortisol level because it affects a lot in our body. That's like super, what can I say? It's like super woman thing. That we can have
it
that
empowers the
quality.
woman. It's very clever technology.
Yeah, it's very clever
Because
technology.
you see, if you lack growth hormone, right? You can go to the gym all day and all night and for months and years, nothing's going to happen. So what builds the muscle is not the actual movement, it's the hormones, right? What breaks the fat is the hormones. So what it does just that. It targets your hormones because it has that signal that is compatible with the central nervous system, goes to the brain. Once the brain gets involved, everything's going to be okay.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, because this is the whole point. As aging, inflammation, the brain starts not functioning as well. The level of energy goes down, the toxicity increases. That's what aging is: inflammation, toxicity, lack of energy.
That's right.
That's what illness is.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
And who got more sick during COVID and died? The people who had diabetes, the people who had cancer, the people who had certain comorbidities. Why? Because their immune system was not strong. And this one is an immune system boost. And that's exactly the most important thing.
And I think for this whole idea for the Indonesian women, especially the target market of like, I'm coming from the outside here. If anything, I'm impressed with this whole treatment, right? Is that it's so accessible, and it's not a time eater. If anything, you can slip it in between a lunch break.
Oh yeah,
You can slip it in before your like brunches with your gal pals.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's just so easy.
Yeah, during office time, you can also
Boom.
just come. Yeah.
It doesn't
And get
take
it.
that much time. What it gives you for the time you have invested.
Exactly.
How long
It's
is the duration for like the treatment?
You can do, if you want to do like detoxification, you can just do 20 minutes.
20
If
minutes.
you want to do an energy boost, 30 minutes. Now, if you have, starting with diabetes, a fatty liver, and visceral fat, and all these other commodities, of course you're going to need much longer, like an hour. You have to do it at least twice a week.
Yeah.
I would do it 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
Most people do it once a week, but you need, like when you go to the gym, you don't go to the gym 1 month and then you go there a year later, what are you going to get? Nothing, right? So you have to be consistent because it changes your life, it changes your body, it's going to change your life and your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
I mean, what else you got to do? I mean, you have something better to do than, boost your immune system and change your lifestyle?
I agree. I agree. But
So,
I do agree. I do agree in the sense that there is a need for consistency. I mean, anything in life, really, right, is about consistency.
Yeah, it's sure, super true.
Yeah, this book actually that I wrote had to do again with COVID. And like I told you previously, I was in an office full of people that had COVID.
Yeah.
And in my house, the maids and all that, they had COVID. I never got it.
Never got it.
I don't know how I never got it. Without a mask, nothing.
I also never got it somehow.
Immune system. You see,
Immune
and what I
system.
said to her, I can tell you have a good immune system because I can see your energy level is high. You see, immediately you can tell. You can see somebody, the energy level is low, immune system.
Immune system.
It's right there. Energy, that's very important. So what we did here, I put a lot of studies with the virtual gym. And basically what the idea was that how you can boost your immune system during the time of COVID. And what we show is you increase your testosterone, you increase the testosterone, so your sex life is better for men, right? Libido, of course.
For married couples,
For
other
married
benefits?
couples, yes, they need to come here because the men will increase the libido and the women will increase the
I was just about to ask what are the other benefit, and we just get it.
That is a very important benefit. There is some people.
That's a very important benefit.
Yeah, there's some people that do it just for that. Actually, I
Yeah.
have to tell you.
Interesting.
You know, it's
Keep
like
the bonding strong.
yeah,
The hot love.
hard love, exactly. And the cortisol went down.
Yeah.
There is a very interesting relationship between cortisol and testosterone. When testosterone goes up, cortisol goes down. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. So the problem with exercising very strenuously is that your cortisol goes up because you're exerting too much effort. So then your testosterone is going to go down. So you start from the beginning. It's like you go back to square one.
Yeah.
Because testosterone, you're going to increase your fat content, you're going to lose muscle, you're not going to be happy. You know, the happy people are high testosterone,
Yeah.
basically. Okay? So it will increase your testosterone significantly. Significant. No, all of this is statistically significant at the 0.001 level. At
You guys leave it?
Absolutely. And this is statistical significance after experimental research with very valid variables like blood tests, sonograms. So that is, it's pure science. It's not just talk.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
So your testosterone up, your thyroid hormone T3,
Yeah.
it boosts metabolism. If you don't boost your metabolism, no matter what treatment you do for slimming, your results will rebound.
Yeah, because naturally
Period.
also by aging
And
we
it
also
suppresses your
decrease.
hunger. You know how?
Yeah.
Okay, it balances leptin and ghrelin.
Right.
Leptin is the satiation hormone, and ghrelin is the orexogenic, the hormone that makes you hungry. Okay, so it balances them because if one is too high, then you get anorectic. If the other one is too low, you get hyperphagic. So you know you eat too much, basically. So it balances leptin and ghrelin and detoxifies you, because the more toxic you are, the more hungry you are.
The more toxic, the more
So
hungry
it
you are.
suppresses your hunger. It's not, I mean, you're going to eat. Of course, you're going to get hungry, you're going to eat.
Yeah.
But we're talking about walking in the mall and smelling something and running to grab it. Or you're working and all of a sudden, I have to go and eat.
Yeah.
I never had things like that. I work,
Impressive.
Not craving on anything.
No
So,
cravings.
No cravings.
no more cravings.
That's like super hard because I know like we have many delicious food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And then the
Indonesian
smells are
food.
so amazing, and then like I've been craving some food also
Yeah.
lately. So this can help us, you know,
Yeah.
to be better at like controlling what we need to eat. Actually,
Exactly.
it's like super duper amazing. And after this, we are just going to discuss more with Dr. Olivia and also Dr. Sanya. We'll just come briefly after this.